guest is one of the smartest people I know. I just adore him so much. He's been here so many times. I can listen to him on his radio show, and so can you. It's called Dr. Drew Midday Live, as well as his Dr. Drew podcast. Please give it up for my friend, Dr. Drew Pinsky.
Look at that smile.
Hey, Doc.
How are you? I'm with you. Good to see you.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, are you kidding?
Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew, first I want to give you some Dr. Drew shoe cam.
Oh.
If you just put your feet on those feet.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yes. That's all you do, Dr. Drew.
Those okay?
Yes. Very stylish.
Good thing I wore these.
Nothing wrong with a wingtip. Oh, and striped socks.
Yeah, yeah. It's...
Oh, sock cam. You have a sense of humor. How's your family?
They're great. My daughter's actually right over there. Yeah.
One of the triplets?
Yeah.
Hi. Hi.
Yeah.
Dr.
Great.
Drew has triplets. He's 2 sons and a daughter.
Yeah.
So are they...
I know. God bless me. Right? It's like I earned the gray hair all in 1 year.
One and done.
Yeah, one and done.
So you turned 60 last month?
Is that insane?
No.
That is insane, Wendy. It is nuts.
You feel like, where'd the time go?
Where'd the time go? And I made it. And how much longer do I got?
Oh my God!
It's really a nutty thing.
How'd you celebrate?
We had a birthday. My wife put on a birthday party. She came to me and she said, "We're gonna have a party." I go, "No, no, come, let's just go to dinner. You're having a party. Not only are you having a party, but all your friends are gonna come and they're gonna roast you." So I have lots of comedian friends, and I thought, all right, I'll tell you what.
Featuring Joel McHale?
Joel McHale was one of them. Bob Saget. Jim Jeffries was. Oh, look, there they are. And I thought, wow, okay, let's make it a podcast, and then I'll feel like I'm doing something. So we made it a podcast, and Carolla hosted it with me. Remember Adam Carolla used to be on Love and Life with Fred and ever. And there they are, there we are. And
so they roasted you? How do you roast Dr. Drew?
Well, that's what the problem was, is that everyone, Saget came up there and was like, "I only have good things to say about you." I'm like, dude, say something. Lonnie Love nailed me, Heather McDonald nailed me. There was a number of people that unleashed, and that was fun. That's fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get down to the business at hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Hot topics, Dr. Drew.
Yeah, yeah.
Ariana Grande, Pete Davidson, they broke up. People are concerned for Ariana, but no one's thinking about Pete. You say who?
I say Pete, and by the way, the pig too, right? I mean, there's a pig they had. You got to remember that. Piggly Wiggly or something.
They did buy a pig.
Yeah, they bought a pig, and I think Ariana's got the pig. But Pete has talked about his substance use. He's talked about history of depression. Depression has about 50–60% probability of recurring. You add a stress like this, and by the way, it seemed like he was like making plans for his entire life, right? He very
Doctor,
publicly...
they met in April, they got engaged in May.
And I heard him on Stern going on about, really the next 30 years in his mind, how it was going to go. And then to have that completely shattered, he has got to be depressed. He's got to be using substances to manage that, and he can get into real trouble. I'm concerned about the guy. I hope he does okay. Right? No?
Well, I hope he does okay, but I never bought into it that he was that into her. I was thinking that he was just trying to elevate his hotness in Hollywood, so when he dumps her, then he can move on to the next starlet.
That is very sad.
Well, this is a sad place. Welcome to the show.
Well, Hollywood's a sad place, but this is a happy place. But yeah, right? I think he was really into her. I really do. And I think in his mind, he was thinking, this is as good as it gets for me. Where am I going from here? And that literally is true. And so now he's got to sort of reassess how his life's going to go from that.
So, but she was only broken up with Mac Miller.
I don't know. He died.
Well, he died.
Yes. I mean,
but
it's terrible.
he died in September.
Yep.
Last month.
Yep.
I made a mistake the other day. He died in September, but they were already broken up.
Yep.
But she monkey bars from one relationship to the next.
Right, and she is sort of what you call, one way of conceiving of that is love addiction, right? Where you can't be alone, you have to be involved in a relationship. They're very intense relationships that develop all of a sudden out of nowhere, right? That's her, right? And that's not unusual for millennials these days. We used to get these calls on Loveline all the time where particularly the males would get into this pattern where they would call and go, well, I met this girl, she's the love of my life, and she wasn't so into dating me back then, but I became her friend, and I've been washing her car and cleaning her carpets for the last 3 years, And then they would go, and now it's time. I go, it's time for what? Well, it's time for her to be my girlfriend. It's time for her to step up. I'm like, dude, you've been stalking this girl for 3 years. That is stalking behavior. That is what that is. And that's because, Wendy, because of social media and pornography and even the fear that men have of being seen.
Tell us that age group of millennials, just so that I'm sure I'm not a part.
Well, you're not. You're not.
Go ahead.
You just missed it. Well, it moves around. It's a moving target. I mean, we're really talking 25 to 32 right now, sort of in that 23 to 32.
Well, stop being so addicted to love. Love yourself.
Well, but the problem is, you're right, but the problem is a lot of them weren't experiencing the normal milestones of having relationships and breaking up that normally happens during adolescence because of social media and men were hiding out with pornography and things. And so when they do get to a relationship in their young adulthood, they stick. They get, it's a sort of all-in kind of experience rather than usual sort of navigation.
So you saw Kanye with his rant.
I did.
We'll take a look to remind you. Take a look.
And when someone tries to tell me what to do, tries to tell me what I can wear and not wear, I feel like they're touching my brain. Social media told you that people didn't like me, but everybody loves me. Everybody loves Ye. I am the best living recording artist. We, rather, because the spirits flow through me. I am not crazy. I can ramp up if I suffer from sleep deprivation. I'm about to get some sleep.
Okay, Dr. Drew.
I love me some Ye. Don't get me wrong.
I'm glad that you're here because you're going to say what I feel, but you'll say it in a doctor way.
Okay. Well, he has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which is manic depression. One of the features of that is not sleeping and having tangential thoughts and a lot of energy. And so that not sleeping is part of a hypomanic state typically. I had heard that his mom used to manage his medications for him because she was very concerned about this.
Oh.
And he has stopped his medicines since she passed away, and now he's denying. So whenever somebody with a diagnosis of bipolar denies their illness, refuses to comply with their medication, it tends not to go very well. He can be easily managed and be great, but this could go different places.
Well, he has Kim.
He has Kim, but you know, you can only do, no, listen, it's funny, but it's not. I mean, you can only do so much as a spouse, right? She can go with him to the treatment, you know, we're going to the doctor together, we're gonna listen to the same thing and hear what they have to say. But ultimately, to get somebody to comply with a psychiatric plan, you kind of need a show of force. You need everybody in the family saying the same thing, and I'm not sure how, well, hold on. I'm not sure how easy that is to do.
Yes, Dr. Drew, sung them.
I'm not sure how easy that is to do with a Kardashian clan.
Yes.
To get everybody to say the same thing at the same time and hold the line and help him. But he could be great. He could be just great. This is common condition. He shouldn't be shamed for it. He shouldn't feel bad about having the diagnosis. It's such a common thing.
He shouldn't be let out of the house, Dr. Drew.
Well, in a hypomanic state.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Dr. Drew.
I love me some Ye. I do.
So do we all.
Yeah. I know it's sad. See, these are all sad stories today. You're right.
Well, that's why you're here, Dr. Drew.
To try to fix it. Okay, I'm here.
You're gonna help us.
And by the way, speaking of helping, thank you for your organization. I can't wait to get behind it and help you with all that.
Thank you.
You know that's my thing. I've been doing it for 30 years. So.
Thank you, Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So Selena Gomez was hospitalized after she had an emotional breakdown.
Yeah.
Now, we know she's gone through a lot. You know, she's got the kidney that was transplanted.
Right.
She's got the lupus.
Yes.
She's got love in her heart and in her head.
Yes.
And her family is real concerned about her.
I would be, again, another situation I'm deeply concerned about. She has what's called systemic lupus erythematosus, which is a disease that is it's an inflammatory disease where your body attacks your own system, right? It destroyed her kidneys, right? It caused what's called a glomerulonephritis. Oh. And as a result, she had to have a kidney transplant. Now, the thing about lupus is it attacks young women. It is very dangerous. The medications themselves, the anti-immune medication we use, can make people depressed. The lupus can make people depressed. Lupus can be complicated by vasculitis, which can affect their neurological status and be associated with mood disturbances. So she's at high risk for medically related severe mood disturbances. Plus, she has a severe the psychological problem of having a chronic medical illness. I mean, it's really serious stuff.
So Justin Bieber, even though he's married now, you know, to Haley Baldwin, but he's been trying to reach out to her and get at her and calling her mother and saying, look, I want to see Selena. What do you think?
Apologies to all the Beliebers. When I'm looking for support for a patient, Justin Bieber does not jump into my head. You know what I'm saying? Although these are two human beings that had a relationship, we know them as stars, but they're just.
He's married, Dr. Drew.
I understand, but they were important people to each other, and if he wants to be supportive.
Ew. Ew.
I get you don't sign off on it. I get
No, Dr. Drew, do you keep in touch with your exes before you got married?
No, I'm not. No.
Exactly.
I'm with you. I'm in the Wendy camp. But I'm just saying, as one human and another human, I mean, he wants to be supportive, you know.
I love when you come here. Unfortunately, we're now out of time. I know. Give it up, everybody. Check out Dr. Drew's podcast and all exciting things he's doing at drdrew.com.